All right, the question is, can you pick up from what we had before and just adopt it, or do you have to redesign it?
Well,
Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. I would say this, in my opinion, if the Board of Aldermen also wanted to examine thoroughly changing the ordinances, that would add rather than reduce the amount of time. I think that the Board of Aldermen acts very carefully when it comes to ordinances, and in my opinion, that would add considerably to the time involved. With respect to the designing and moving ahead with the new building, the new academic wing solely of the building that we have before us. Again, I have to plead guilty as being the one who is responsible for putting in most of that delay. As I understand from Brad, you're talking about, to redesign that would take, in your opinion, about 3 or 4 months. The problem is that because the change is so extensive, it would have to go back. First of all, the school department would have to sign off that the very dramatic change that you are making in that building, in other words, having a separated program, is something that they would agree to from a programmatic point of view. There are some very serious problems with that from a programmatic point of view, not the least of which is the fact that the health station, and I'll just use this as one example, but the health station in the proposed high school is built very carefully. It's built so that it is near the gym area and the wellness area, because there are nicks and bumps and bruises that always happen there, but also because it is near the main office. And the reason it is important to be near the main office is because it also deals with a whole bunch of kids who are having difficulty acting out, emotional issues, and the need for them to be near both of those places is extremely important. If you are going to separate the athletic area from the main building by several hundred yards, you are going to have to either put in 2 health stations, or you are going to have the health station very far away from one of the critical areas that they need to be near in order to function properly. So it raises the most serious issues of a programmatic point of view. You would then, because it is such a dramatic change in the design, you'd have to go back to the Design Review Committee, and you would have to go back to the Board of Aldermen for site plan review. So it would be an extensive review process, which I think that would be, because of the very careful nature with which our city deals with these issues, is very time consuming. When Brad was talking about the delays, by the way, earlier, he wasn't talking about construction delays. He was talking about something that is a very important part of what goes on in Newton, and that is careful deliberation throughout this entire process. The deliberation delays is what he was talking about. And again, I think we get value for that, those delays, because I think that having public input and extensive examination by a variety of boards is a good thing, but it does have a cost.
I have Alderman Yates, then Alderman Lennon, and Alderman Gentile.